Incoming message. Welcome, agents, to episode 80 of Behind the Scanner. Your hosts for tonight are Daphne from Washington, D.C., Jorge Pedrero from Mexico City, and I'm Kelly Colton from Chicago, Illinois. Hosting our chat room on BehindTheScanner.com is Jose Antonio Rey from Lima, Peru. Our special guests tonight are nADjA Black, Agent LittleSmurf from Switzerland, and Jordan Goodwin, Agent Vic Vega 82 from Maine, USA. Joining us for the Weekly Truth is Operation Essex Jose Antonio Rey. And for a look inside the scanner is FevGames. Welcome to the show. Join us during the broadcast in our live chat room on our website, BehindTheScanner.com, and click on Chat. The Q&A tool is enabled for tonight's broadcast. Submit your questions throughout the show, and we'll ask as many as time allows. If you know someone who would make a great guest, submit their information to us at BehindTheScanner.com and click on Guest Suggestions. You can subscribe to our channel and watch previous recordings on YouTube, or listen to audio-only episodes on SoundCloud. For all the latest updates and news, follow us on Google+ and Facebook. And now, your hosts of Behind the Scanner.
Yay! Oh my gosh, Happy New Year, everybody, and welcome to this year's first edition of Behind the Scanner. And if you haven't heard the news already, well, we've had a few changes. One of our show's creators and regular hosts and producers has officially joined the Niantic team. So, yes, Andrew Krug, congratulations. He's now the new global community manager for Niantic. And yeah, it's well, he's been great for us on the show and for me as a teammate here locally. And yeah, Niantic, you guys are very lucky to have him. But anyway, well, BTS has always focused on being kind of by players, for players, and so he won't be here in his normal capacity, but you'll probably see him on now and then. Anyway, good luck, Andrew, if you're watching, and congratulations. All right, so don't want to waste any more of your time, and let's get started with our guests. Welcome, nADjA and Jordan.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
All right, so we've got Switzerland and Maine. I imagine it's got to be just freezing where both of you are. nADjA, like, what's it like? What part of Switzerland are you from? Is it like a mountainous region, little lakes, or yeah? How's it?
Yeah, it's difficult. It's a small village where I live. We have a huge lake where Germany, Switzerland, and Austria meet. I live like an 1.5 hour from there, and we have beautiful mountains around me, and yeah, it's beautiful.
So what's signal like in that area?
It's called Bodensee, and yeah, it's beautiful. It's huge. It's amazing, and we freeze them one time with a big field.
Oh man, I bet. Now, is like for your data and everything, is it difficult where you are? Because sometimes when we're high up in the mountains, we can't get signal.
No, that's no problem here.
Okay, oh good. And is that where you're originally from?
I'm originally from Germany. I moved to Switzerland when I was 16.
Wow, what brought you? So why leave Germany?
Because of my parents. My parents want to go to Switzerland, so I decided to go with them.
Good enough reason. All right. So how about you, Jordan? You're from an interesting part of Maine. Although I actually just recently went on a road trip there this fall, so I find all of Maine interesting. But yeah, what's it like where you are?
It's a really nice area. I really love living here. I've referred to it though as a geological anomaly where I'm just 2 hours from everywhere. Anywhere I want to go, it's a 2-hour drive. But it's really nice. It's a major area for tourism, so during the summer there's always a huge influx of people. For ingressing, that makes things interesting because there's always a wealth of tourists. Every day a new cruise ship is going to pull in, and there's a whole new vat of players that were playing in the area yesterday.
Jorge, are you muted?
Oh.
Yeah, hello. Sorry, something happened.
Hey,
Oh
my God.
Are we never gonna fix that kind of things? Well, sorry guys. Speaking of interesting, your names, nADjA. It's easy to make the assumption why your name comes up, but why the little?
Yeah, there's a strange story behind it because I start as a resistance, then I have 500 points, and my best friend told me, yeah, you're the wrong side, and I make a faction change. I was with the green ones, and I was level 6, and then I meet the resistance, and I was like, oh, I want to go with them, they're so cool, and they are like me, and then I make the faction change in the front of a agent's house who called Big Frog.
Okay.
And I don't have a new name, and I was like, okay, what can I call myself? And yeah, then was the idea like, okay, he's Big Frog, then I'm LittleSmurf.
Well, you obviously choose the right side. So Jordan, what about your name? Is this Big Vega who I think it is, and is there any one of them?
No, so Vic Vega 82 has been my online name for everything for as long as I can remember. It's from my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie, Reservoir Dogs. He plays Mr. Blonde. But no, there are not 81 others. In fact, I'm pretty sure the Ingress community is only prepared to handle one of me.
Does the other side in your town joke about your alts being numbers 1 through 81? That's probably how you earned your recruiter badge, right? Just kidding. Question for both of you. How long have you been playing Ingress? Jordan, why don't you let us know first?
I've been playing Ingress for about 1.5 years. I had a friend who played locally, and at the time, he was the only person that played up here. And some people know that I used to have a little bit of an addiction to World of Warcraft, and I gave the game up, and I stopped playing games. And he was like, "You should check this game out I've been playing." So I said, "I'll read a review for it." And the very first review said, "I wish I had my life back." And I said, "Wow, that sounds like that's the game for me." And I started playing it and never stopped.
That sounds like a bunch of us, actually. So, nADjA, you said that you worked in a volunteer capacity. What were you doing, and are you still involved?
I was work with seniors every Thursday, going to sing with them and doing some walk with them, talk to them about their past. And on every Tuesday, I was with disabled children, going with them to a swim hall or in the zoo or something like that. And yeah, after I moved to Switzerland, I don't do it anymore because that was like my people. It was my grandma I was every time with, and I was like, okay, I can't do that anymore. But now it's like I'm doing every day a good deed to some strange.
Very cool.
Well, guys, if you are watching us and you want to interact with the guests and the crew members of this show, you can go to our chat room that is on our site, behindthescanner.com. And, well, just click on chat, and there are a bunch of people out there. And, well, maybe you can have a code if you ask a question. And, well, we have some surprises coming soon, so come and join. So, nADjA, you also work a couple of years as a car mechanic or mechatronics. Well, I don't know, but this probably, well, I'm sure this come handy during the game, right?
For me, not really, because I don't have a car license.
Oh my God, what's that?
Wait, that was
No.
Wow.
I never done it. My boyfriend is doing it right now, and after he's finished, I'm doing it. But I haven't it because I was too young, and then I don't make it. I don't know why. But yeah, I know car racing, and my guy's driving, and I'm playing Ingress, so that's perfect for me.
Yeah, and I'm sure they all want you to come as the co-pilot, so you can help with everything that happens when
Yeah.
driving, right?
Sometimes it would be helpful to have a mechanic in a car. So if someone not work anymore, I'm there.
Okay. Jordan, beer and baseball. Not exactly unusual interests, but your passion for them run a little deeper. Tell us about that.
Yeah, they do. Baseball has always been a huge part of my life. It's always been my favorite sport, the one I always played, and I'm a huge Red Sox fan. And my best friend, most of my life, is a huge Yankees fan. So that that was always a big thing for us. We were always together watching all these Red Sox Yankees games, always together. And it felt like my entire life he always was the one that had the last laugh. And then in 2003, we all know what happened, but after the Red Sox were down 3-0 in that American League Championship Series against the Yankees, I publicly renounced the Red Sox. I said, that's it, I'm done, I'm never rooting for a loser again. I said, I'm tired of this. And then we all know what happens. They come back, win 4 straight, win the World Series. So then the egg was really on my face. So then I went out and I got that tattoo right there, so I can never turn my back on the Red Sox. Yankees fans, drink that up. Enjoy it.
I feel like half of our viewers are thinking, blah, sports ball,
Okay, what about beer? I think that's one that we can all get behind. Almost all of us can get behind. What about beer?
I've got a real love for real high-end beers. Being from Maine, I'm sure people probably would assume that I would be into Bud Light and Budweiser regular, but I really love good beers. In fact, right now I'm drinking a Killer Penguin barley wine from Boulder Brewing Company. I had a friend of mine that got me into just real serious beers that had real full flavor, and now it's taken over half of my life. The local store that sells beer, he actually has space reserved in his cooler so I can buy beer and then store more there so I can keep buying his beer.
All right. Well, okay, beer and Ingress, they have a tendency to go well together. What would you say is maybe one of your greatest or proudest accomplishments in the game? Jordan, go ahead.
That's really so hard. My entire Ingress career is so rife with fruitful accomplishments. But no, really, it's hard to say because anybody who's familiar with Maine, they know we don't have a lot of agents here. I think we have less than 50 level 8 agents to cover the whole state. That's a huge state. So the best thing is the fact that we do what we do with the players we have. I mean, it's really special when we have a shard or a big field op, and a lot of times it requires people driving, 100 miles to take down a link or to meet up for a shard. So I don't know. The thing I'm proudest of is the way our team comes together for that sort of stuff.
That's cool. That is a big difference, I think, in gameplay and enjoyment of the game. How about you, nADjA?
That should be the 3.8 million mind unit field I built up. In the early days of Ingress was at the end of 2013. Yeah, from Austria to Switzerland and Germany was 11 layers. It was a great time. Middle in the night, finding some cat, and it was amazing.
That sounds pretty amazing. How fun.
Yeah.
How big was the team that you had to work with?
My boyfriend was involved, and he asked me like 2 weeks before, like, honey, we have an operation, can we go there? I was like, oh no, I have to work, I don't know, ask me tomorrow, and that I doing till the day is coming. And then he asked, honey, you need to go there, then and then we take a car and go over there. Okay, I don't know what happened. Then I get a couple of papers, and they told me, yeah, read that, and I read that, and I understand nothing. What is stand inside? I know, yeah, we have to link, but what we have to link, I don't know. Then I'm standing there meeting some people I never met before. They give me some keys, and then my boyfriend make the layer before me, and there was a cat, and I found him so cute. Like, oh, cat, come over here, and he's screaming to me like hundreds of times, like, honey, link, you have to link now. And I was so with the cat, yeah.
Shiny. Ingress and cats. That's another.
No.
And then I closed the layer and was like, okay, what was the number again? 3.8 million. What? Okay, that was a small field. Yeah.
Nice. Too funny.
Nice. So kind of moving on, we've got one of our favorite segments of the show coming up here. It's the weekly chart, and
we might have to actually. Oh yes, sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. I know you're like really anxious to get to the book giveaway.
No, yes, I cannot wait.
Right? So, but we've got Jose to tell us a little bit about what's going on with the storyline. So, Jose, take it away.
Okay, I finally unmuted myself. I'm glad to be back again here with you guys to tell you a little bit more about the what's going on with the Niantic storyline. So as you know, for the past year, well, the last series of this past year was called Abaddon. We certainly did not have much information about what Abaddon was. We experienced several different things, some new things, such as the Niantic researchers were sharded. In most of them, we were able to play, well, not actually play with them, but transport their shards to in the different anomaly sites that we had. However, we only knew that little part, that thing that was, it was something related to the researchers. In the past few weeks, we have started seeing some more interesting stuff, and we have finally we finally know what is Abaddon. So there have been some images posted about this facility. It's called the Advanced Biological Augmentation Dimensional Node, ABADN, which is a facility that contain 13 coffins. And inside of these 13 coffins, there were bodies. There were 3 empty coffins, so 10 of the coffins were filled with bodies. And in Operation Essex, we have been trying to understand who are inside these coffins. Our first guess is that they are Niantic researchers and investigators. And based on my personal investigation in what I've tried to conclude, I believe that 10 of these investigators were the ones who were in Epiphany Night. However, we have 3 remaining coffins. That's probably, we don't know who may have been there. I believe Hig and some other people. But what I'm trying to, it's difficult for me because it's a complete turnaround about what we have started seeing. The researchers, as we know them, they may have been simulacrums, like in the moment we started knowing them. So, in since they joined the Niantic project, they may have gone through a clearance process that involved probably a sacrifice or something along those lines that they weren't aware of, because when they recursioned, their mind was completely cleared. So what we know for sure is that they are recursions. The Niantic researchers are not human people as we call them, but they are recursions. They are simulacrums. And to prove that, a couple of days ago, Martin Schubert appeared, and his memory of the last 3 months, I believe, was completely erased. So he has recursion into human form again. And we're going to start seeing more of this in all this stuff. It's really hard for me to understand and try to compile it, because there are several pieces that are spread around the world that are going to lead us somewhere. There's also some clues about the acolyte, who the acolyte may be, and the acolyte who is trying to probably reach for the enlightened and probably replace Roland Jarvis or be Jarvis's ally. And finally, there's something huge that has been announced recently. All the Niantic project books have now been released on iBooks. So here at Behind the Scanner, we're going to do a little giveaway soon with some of the Niantic project files iBooks. And Verity has been giving them away as well on Google+. So if you have not gotten the latest, the Volume 3 and Volume 4 editions of the Niantic project files, you should go and grab them. They are going to help you with your investigation a lot, because they contain everything that has been posted in every document that has been leaked in the past couple years. So with that, I think we just need to hope and see more things pop up in the next couple of weeks. It's definitely intriguing, and I'm looking forward to see what's coming up.
Wow.
Awesome. Thanks, Jose. That's a lot of really exciting stuff to look forward to. And what we've all been looking forward to, Daphne, why don't you tell us about the book giveaway?
Yeah, so storyline. Some of us need to catch up, and some of us are already caught up and want to see what's next. And, well, if you are a fan of the Ingress story, or not yet, the entire collection of Niantic books is now live on Apple iBooks. And this does include the newly released Niantic Project Files Volume 4, which is available on Google Play and Amazon too. And I believe that the cover is being shown right now. Awesome, very exciting stuff. So we actually do have a limited number of iBook codes to give away for any of the books in that Niantic collection. All you have to do is join us in our chat room on behindthescanner.com, click on chat, and ask a question of either or both of our guests by prefacing your question with @ and the guest name, and whether it is LittleSmurfette or Vic Vega 82, or you can also use the Q&A app to do the same. So yes, Nico, I see your questions there in the Q&A app. Thank you for being on the old school way. And yes, otherwise just go ahead and go into the chat room, and we will we'll randomly pick some of the people who've asked questions here and there throughout the show. If your name does get called, please DM me your information, and yeah, we'll work on getting you the code for the book of your choice.
Thank you, Daphne. Well, good luck to everyone. We have a few, maybe more later, I don't know. So, for now, it's time of the cut of the show. And here you have it. These are shareable, but not limited. So, we don't know. We don't know if
We
you
have no
can
idea what's in
redeem
this code.
those
It could be
codes
anything.
like for 500 times. Yeah, just type it, share it on your Hangouts, Telegrams, Slacks, whatever you have, and oh, good luck. Hopefully, you are going to have like I don't know a code with 20 very rare link camps. Nah, I don't think so. But well, something good. And Jose, while our audience is getting the codes, I have a question. Well, it's not such like a question, but our researchers foreseeing a really big change on the storyline for this year.
There's definitely going to be some stuff that's pretty interesting for all of us. Now knowing that all researchers are simulacrums and that they are not humans as we know them, I can actually find a definition for simulacrum because it's just that they're different. They're made of XM and well, we're going to have a new perspective on what they are and how they reached to their simulacrum point. And I think it's going to be very interesting to know how they managed to sneak them into those coffins and turn them into simulacrums because they were humans before that.
Does the simulacrums could be something like a mixed, like the Nephilim, like part shaper, part human, or something like that?
So we need to define what are shapers. Let's bear this in mind. Shapers with a capital S and without a capital S are different. So
yeah.
Let's say that simulacrum are just people that have been reconstructed, but in an XM with XM. So they are not made of actual flesh. They are made of XM, and everything around them is going to be influenced by XM, and they are way more sensitive to XM. And well, they have reached another level. They may have reached immortality. Who knows?
Well, thank you, Jose. This was a little doubt I have, or I don't know, sorry, but I had to do some time while people was copying those codes. So now, back to our guest, Jordan. It is true you actually like shards?
That
is weird, man.
It is weird, and it makes me a weird person, I guess. Technically, no. I hate shards more than life itself. But I like the aspect of shards. It takes the game to a different level. You really have to know the ins and outs and the technical ways to manage the clock, so to speak. And in Ingress, your day-to-day play, you're just making lines and triangles and fields, and it's just a lot of minutia. But in shards, it gives you the opportunity to say, today I won and you lost, and there's nothing you can do about that. That's in the record books, and thankfully, I'm undefeated, so that's great.
No. Well, liking the shards, I really think that's weird, man. But okay. Anyone can have their weirdest on their life. So nADjA, is your passion for anomalies the same as Jordan's for shards?
Yeah, I can totally understand him. Like to hate and love a thing at the same time. I was attending my 14th anomaly with Milan, and it was amazing. And I love them. I love to meet new people, and I can't explain it. It's like I cannot miss an anomaly. There's no reason to miss it. Maybe if I'm pregnant and I get a baby, that's the only reason why I don't get to an anomaly. But the rest, I can't miss one.
Well, maybe that's because I think you you met someone special at your first and only ride.
Yeah, my future husband.
Yay!
Oh.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Who is he? Tell us about him.
Yes, please.
Yeah, it was well, it was so a crazy story. Because I was a frog before, he don't trust me. He was the only one in Switzerland. He don't trust me. Yeah, and I have a free week. And I asked him, yeah, you need some help with the animal? Yeah, I don't know. You was a frog before. And I asked him the third time, and he was like, okay, yeah, I need someone who can help me. And he was so stressed, he don't get sleep, and I want to give him some time that he can calm down. And yeah, on the night before we do a night stalker, and I don't want to let him go anymore, so where he go, I go as well. And after the anomaly, I asked him, yeah, what we doing now? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, yeah, you need to give me something because I organized you another operator, and I organized you a team leader, and I'm doing so many stuff for you. And he asked me, yeah, what you want? And I said, yeah, breakfast at bat. And he was like, oh no, I don't know. And after the third time I asked him, he said, okay, yeah, come with me. Yeah, I get my breakfast at bat a month later. But yeah, I get my future husband that night.
Pretty awesome.
Cool story.
All right. Well, all right. You mentioned something about Night Stalkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they also kind of helped you with turning level 8. Now, yeah. What is the Night Stalker? Yes. Fill us in.
The first Night Stalker was in Switzerland with like 8 or 9 people. My boyfriend was involved. I was not playing Ingress. It was like you have a city and you build the city overnight P8, most portal you can. And the first Night Stalker was with 120 portals, and I was at the fourth Night Stalker in Switzerland, I believe, and I was like level 7. I was a frog before, and one invited me to the Night Stalker. And yeah, the other people always think like, oh no, she was a frog before, she isn't level 8. And on that night at 4 a.m. 84, I get level 8. I know that time because I was a pirate. And yeah, it's a special thing in Switzerland to do a Night Stalker every time. We have like a couple of Night Stalker every year.
So would that be like the Swiss version of the Kraken?
I don't know what the Kraken is doing, but yeah, maybe it's like that.
Jorge, you want to fill her in a little bit?
About the Kraken?
Yes.
So I know the Kraken, I know many of them, but I don't know what they're doing. I know they drink much, and I love them Kraken rum.
Yeah, there's a Kraken team that was, well, a bunch of guys that used to hang out and drink Kraken rum. So they called themselves the Kraken team. After that, they knew about the Mexican Kraken, and well, now I don't have here my flag. They sent me a gift, and it was like the Kraken team flag, and well, it's very cool. And now we share something in common. It's like having another brother out there with tentacles.
Okay. Good way to put it. And Jordan, you know, you're prepping for questions to ask, and in the questionnaire, you mentioned about perpetrating the greatest troll in Ingress history.
Yeah, that's
Why
a
do you
fact.
say that?
That's a fact. I challenge somebody to really top that. So there was a misplaced portal on my property, and some of the local resistance players will say were upset about it. And They tried to have it removed, and I didn't do anything about it. But they failed somehow in their attempt to have the portal moved to the correct location, and I don't understand how. The appeal and everything. And the butthurt on it was, like, international. So they thought that the best way to get back at me would be to start spoofing it. And I got so mad about it one day, I said, you know what? My portal here is a level 8, and I'm going to clear lane to Cuba. And I just said, well, screw you guys. And I linked the portal on my property to Cuba. So that increased the ire. And then we made a pencil field to Cuba off of it to another island. So then there was all these, I mean, literally hundreds of G+ threads that got started trolling me about it. And just everybody's losing sleep, everybody's pinging Niantic, and everybody they can think of to try to get this portal removed. So we thought the funniest thing we could do is write up an after-action report like it was some sort of a planned field op that we had all been working on. And we published it and pinged all the local res, and they got even more outraged. Then we made a slightly larger pencil field off of it, and then we made a whole nother after-action report calling it a whole separate field op, pinging them. And eventually the portal ended up getting moved to the correct location. And then we made yet another field op to Cuba. And in this one, we gave all the local res that tried to have the portal moved credit for link clearing. And in the end, we had a whole hangout that was just devoted to people in New England on our team who were laughing about this for days and weeks hysterically about all the local resistance players who were so mad, and we all really had a real good laugh at all their expense.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, hashtag Trendwoods to Gitmo. That's a shout out right there.
Guys, for every one of you watching us, remember you can submit questions for our guests. We will ask them just in a few minutes. And if you are watching us via YouTube, you have to click at the banner at the bottom of the video that says be part of the conversation. And from there, just click the square grid menu icon and in the upper right and select Q&A, and that's it. You are going to be able to submit any questions you want. So, what stats, this is for both of you guys, what stats or goals are you looking forward to accomplish in Ingress? nADjA first, ladies first.
Yeah, I have one big dream, but Niantic is not willing to get me that one. It's a primary in Switzerland. I got 2 satellites and a flash shot event, but I don't get my primary. Yeah, that's sad. That's my goal, to get the fucking primary.
You're gonna get it. You're gonna get it someday. We don't know where. And Jordan?
You know, really, everything that I'm looking forward to in the game, I'm close to level 16, and I want to hit that so I can feel free to never fully deploy a portal again, to never link, to never make a field that's not like at least 500,000 MUs. Really, I only enjoy destroying things that other people really like to keep, and I want to be free to not have to worry about AP and just take things that people really value from them.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So I'd like to know, how would you describe yourself as a player? nADjA, let's start with you.
Horrible question. I don't know, I'm not like the active one. After 2.5 years of Ingress, I reached level 12. I'm more the communication manager and doing some communities, plan some fields, connecting people to each other. That's what why I'm playing Ingress so long, because the game itself don't make me addict that. It's more like the people around me and my new friends, how I met about Ingress, and yeah, my future husband as well, because he is level 16. And yeah, that's why I'm doing it, and what I'm doing in Switzerland, and maybe sometimes in Europe.
Yeah, I've heard of people calling it, the game outside of the game, the community management aspect, and it's just a really neat way to, sort of work on those skills that you might not have a chance to in your quote-unquote real life. So, cool, a lot of fun. And Jordan, how about you?
Yeah, it's kind of a weird thing to think about, because when I first started playing the game, I was really a lone wolf player. I did my own thing, did whatever I wanted to, and I've now become really involved with the community, and I've made so many friends from the incredibly long distances. So, I used to be that player that, in fact, there was a story one time last winter, where I live in such a rural area, to get a P8, it's a really special thing, because there's just nobody up here. And there was a person who was visiting in December, and they were trying to destroy our 2 P8s we had. And I told him, I said, if you destroy that P8, I am going to hunt you to the ends of the earth. And they did. And true story, I drove almost 4 hours to where that agent was from, just so I could destroy every portal in the area, because that was the style I played then. But now I've become more of that just kind of community player. I've met so many people, so many friends. It's definitely, my evolution of the game has changed quite a bit. Now I'm not the same player I used to be, but I can still dust it off when I need to.
Wow, I haven't heard of anyone going quite 4 hours to take back what.
Well, in Maine, 4 hours can be a trip to the supermarket. I mean, it's special.
Yeah, I've been there. Yes, I can see that very easily.
Well, guys, I have a question for you both. What is something you learn about yourself through the game that maybe you didn't know before? As always, ladies first.
What I learned about myself. In very stressful ops or something where I get very pissed off, I'm so nice to the people. I say always please and thank you. And when I was young, it was like, when I get pissed off, I get pissed off, and I was angry with the people. And with Ingress, I don't know, I get friendly with the people. I say, please, can you don't do that, Link, and please don't do that, or thank you that you're doing that. I can't imagine 5 years ago that I can't be so nice when I get stressed.
Okay. And Jordan?
It's weird. When I first started playing, it was all about just Cardgrass and that sort of thing. And in the evolution of my playing, Ingress is really it's kind of taught me that I have something that I never thought I did. Aside from playing baseball, I was not the outdoorsy type of person. I didn't do that sort of stuff. When I first met my wife, Agent Jess Dog, she wanted to take me hiking, and I went on one hike, and I was like, that's the most excruciating thing I've ever done in my life. I'm never doing that again. That was just purely awful. And now I started playing Ingress, and I'm hiking mountains and ocean kayaking to get to these portals. All things that before Ingress, I never did anything like that. And just in November, I had my birthday, and I wanted to do something to prove that I still had something in me, and I went out hiking with a couple other agents. Shout out to Nimble, Gregor, and Darth Nuts, and we hiked a 4,000-foot mountain. I'd never done anything like that, and if you had asked me before Ingress if I was ever going to do anything like that, I would have said hell no, but I guess for Ingress I will.
Well, there's a lot of things we probably do for English and not for our regular life. That is weird, but that's the magic of English. And, well, Daphne, can you
Yeah,
go
so
for those questions of the viewers?
yes, let's before we get started on doing that, I think that we ought to pick our first winner for the iBooks. So let's see. I think I'm going to ask Jorge, why don't you go ahead and pick a number 1 to 14.
Jorge.
Jorge, ¿dónde estás? Oh no, I think he's frozen. No
Oh.
one, you're not eligible. Sorry.
Hey,
Yo.
Ocho.
hey, hey, guys, sorry.
Necesito el número 1 de 14.
Oh, thank you. Now I understood. So, number 7.
Uno a 14.
Number
Okay.
7. Number 7.
Lucky number 7 is Sonex. So Sonex, I hope that you are still in the chat. Please send me your email information and a DM to me, and I will, we'll be in touch with getting you the book, the iBook.
Great.
All right.
Congrats.
Yes, congratulations so far. Sonex, so yeah, in fact, well, while we're there, why don't we go ahead and ask Sonex's question? And I'm sorry, I've got so many windows open right now. Sonex asks, for both of you, have you done any cross-faction events or ops, and which was your favorite? So why don't we go ahead and start with Jordan?
No, I never have. Not once. I really don't think that many people from my local resistance like me, and I don't like a lot of them, and I've just saved the overall Ingress community for my presence at a cross-faction event.
That's bad. And nADjA?
Well, we have the huge Google cross-faction meetup first, and that was great. Many resistance, many enlightened was over there. And in my area, we have some cross-faction beer hangout. If we want to share a beer with each other, we're doing that, but we don't make any link stores or field art or something like that. Because we don't want it, but a beer and a couple of long drinks, that's fine for us.
Cool. And let's see. So, well, you know what? I think there should be a reward for asking first, even before knowing what how to enter into the contest for the iBooks. So, Nominate, we've gotten all your submissions for this question. I think it's a very vital question. He'd like to know from Jordan, what's your favorite IPA?
You know, I'm not really huge on IPAs, actually. And it's funny because when you tell somebody that you're into high-end beer and craft beer, it always goes right to an IPA. And it's not that I don't like them, it's just they're not my favorite. If I had to pick one, Maine Beer Company Lunch. Dinobot, if you're watching, Maine Beer Company Lunch has it all over anything from Vermont. But I really like barley wines, and I really like imperial stouts. That's where my heart lies for craft beer.
All right, and let's pick another winner for the iBook. Kelly, pick a number 1 through 10.
I pick Ocho.
Okay.
Hey.
It's from Usagi Nizumi, And so yes, congratulations, you've also won an iBook copy. And actually, they ask for Vic Vega, have you ever had a "what am I doing here" moment?
Yeah, I have. I've had a lot of those in Ingress. In fact, one time that I thought I really had bitten off more than I could chew in a big way was the day after Flash Shards in Boston, where we had been on foot for hours. I thought to myself, I found this portal in the harbor of Kennybunk on an island, and I was like, oh, I'm going to kayak out the day after the anomaly, and I'm going to go get that. And I woke up, and I was so tired from walking, 15 miles for the anomaly, and I got out there, and I was like, I've done some ocean kayaking, but I'm definitely not an avid ocean kayaker. And I got out there, and I was like, man, I'm really tired, but I'm out here. I've got the kayak. I'm going to do it. And then I got on the water, and it was pretty choppy, heavy current, and I was maybe halfway there, and I realized I was at the peak of my ocean kayaking ability, and I definitely thought, what the hell am I doing out here? But I did get that Guardian.
And it went to 150 days?
No, that wasn't my Guardian. I was taking somebody else.
Oh, okay. I see.
That's
You
why
do not want to admit to that. Someone's going to drive 4 hours to go get yours.
That's totally good. Okay. And let's ask another question. Sorry, Windows. Also, not nervous at all. We got your picture, Andrew. Hello to the Niantic team.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yes, not nervous at all. Okay. Oh, yeah, this was from Nico. He asked, let's go to nADjA. What has been your favorite Anomaly series so far, and why?
Oh, that's horrible.
Why?
They're all so good. Maybe it's 13 Magnus, because I don't have the medal in my scanner, so maybe it's that one. And yeah, it's the one I met my boyfriend, and we have our first trip together to Rome after 3 weeks together. Yeah, maybe it's 13 Magnus, because yeah, so many people didn't play with 13 Magnus.
Yeah, I can understand.
That was a fun anomaly. 13 Magnus.
Indeed, it was. Actually, you know what? While we have you on here, why don't you go ahead and pick a number 1 through 7? nADjA.
Oh, sorry.
I'm gonna try to alternate for everyone.
3.
Number 3 is Year 3030. You have won a copy of the iBook, and congratulations. Please DM me in. Yes, I think you're in the chat room, so please DM me your information on there, and we will work on getting you your copy. See, another viewer question here. All right, you know what? We've asked guests to take their shirts off before. So Nimble asks, oh, okay, it's not exactly it's not to Vic Vega, but maybe just a statement. Vic Vega was so sexy. Will we get to see more of him? Maybe we can just pan the camera a little closer. There you go.
Oh, that's so sweet, Nimble. I love you too. I'll give Nimble a little more.
Oh, no, Nimble, okay.
Drink it up.
Okay.
Oh.
You did warn me, and we were debating doing the 18 and over thing.
I did warn you, Daphne. I
You
did warn you. We
you
talked
did,
about
and I
this
was
ahead
like,
of time.
nah, no one can be worse than me, and yet, no, I'm just kidding. Anyway.
Always unexpected. This is live TV. You just don't know.
Yes. It is live. All right, another question from Shadowfoot NZ for both agents. What is one change you'd like to see? And we'll start with Jordan.
All right, one change I'd like to see?
Yes.
One change I'd like to see at Niantic Ops, at John Hankey, fix the spoofing. For real.
Amen to that. All right, nADjA.
Maybe for a month I want to have back the old times, like no power cubes, no virus, no nothing, no shields. Or maybe shields with the mitigation from 3 to 7. That would be nice.
All right, let's pick another winner. And Jordan, your turn to pick a number 1 to 5.
I'm number 1, so we'll pick number 2.
Okay. And the winner is, well, funny that you would say that, Nimble.
Aww.
We're listed in number 2.
Oh my god.
Congratulations, yes, and for that question. More. All right. I wonder if either of you could ask this, and maybe this is way above my head. So Usagi Nozumi, forgive me if I don't know to answer this correctly. Do you think the shapers are using simulacrums to control how we use XM? And I'm going to open this up to anyone. In fact, Jose, this might be your question if you're still here. And he is not.
He's
anyone?
Not. He's not.
All right. Sorry about that. And oh, okay. And Usagi, once again, this is the last question. Wants to know, actually, from Triskel, have you ever been tailed by the police while playing?
For me.
Yes, for you.
Well, I'm not a guest, but okay. Well, I had some experience with Linda Besh and cops. That was really frightening. But on my regular life now, I'm a good co-pilot always.
All right. And, okay, I think that's about it for the show, guys. Now, before we end, we do have the tradition of 60 seconds at the end of the interview to talk about whatever you want, any shout-outs or talents that you want to show off, or anything that you'd like to express. So, nADjA, why don't you go ahead and start?
Oh, okay. Yeah, 60 seconds. What can I say? Yeah, it was a good time here. It was nice that I was invited here, and thanks to the people who nominated with me. I know a few of them. Thanks to the whole Ingress community. Makes a lot of fun with you. What can I say more? I don't know. Hope for a good time next year, and maybe 2015, 17 and 18, and I will never end, please.
Great, thanks. And Jordan?
First, I want to say thanks to the other guest, nADjA, the other hosts, Kelly, Jorge, Daphne, Jesse. You guys are doing a great job. I want to send a shout-out to my wife, Agent Jessdog, for allowing me to be the Ingress player I am. I want to send a big shout-out to Maine ENL. We've seen it on the shirt. It ain't nothing to F with. I want to send a shout-out to to a couple people who have gotten some real strategic portals for me, Basharat, O1KZ, Ye Old Equalizer. You guys get some crazy portals. I don't know how you do it, but you do. Ye Old Equalizer, I'm going to beat you in the tuna boat race next year. That's a fact. Yeah, I just want to say, last comments. We won Boston.
Great, guys. Thank you, nADjA. Thank you, Jordan. You are great guests. And, well, thank you, everyone, for watching us tonight.
Very
Happy
cool.
New Year.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes.
And join us next week. We'll have our second episode of 2016.
Yay, we survived!
We survived.
You
Come on.
survived. Thank you for sticking in with us with the show.
Yeah. So, Jesse, did you think you might play the... Oh, yeah, there you go.
Check out those super credits. Ooh.
So, well, guys, this was a really, really, really good show for starting 2016.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I had a good time. I was a little nervous to start, but I'm pretty sure I found my mojo first thing.
Yay!